What is going on with the computer? Podcast. Waboosh. Da. Oh. Hey, buddy. You're kind of dead. Happens.
Welcome to the Horror Punks USA podcast with your host and rockabilly horror drummer, Johnny Zabo.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Horror Punks USA podcast, week whatever. Happy April. Hope everybody's having a wonderful month so far with the few days we've had. Hope everybody's having a great year. What is going on? We had some cool shit happen this week, so I apologize last week for the muffed up audio. I don't know what happened, but hopefully I could fix it this week. Fingers crossed that it goes well. So, we only got a week to review here what happened last week, but let's start with Monday, March 29th. We had Ronan's Booze and Reviews, and he visited the shop Rock and Roll Knife Fight in Lansdowne, Pennsylvania. It is run by our good friend of Astro Monster and Horror Punks, Richie Riot. I love Richie, very kind dude, very wholehearted, and Ronan went to his shop, picked up some stuff, which I don't even know why he reviews stuff sometimes, because he just buys everything, and then there's nothing left for anybody else. But I digress. It was a very cool review. Richie was interviewed a little bit. Richie showed off some of the stuff he had in the shop, which was awesome. So go check out that video of Ronan's Booze and Reviews. And he also said in that video that Steph Infection might be going there soon to do a female version of it, like all the female clothes and stuff. I had to fix my table. It didn't feel aligned to me. I apologize. There we go. I feel better now. Okay. Yes, so Monday, Ronan's Booze and Reviews. Tuesday, we had Ghoul Talk with Anna and Steph, but ironically enough, this was a blooper reel episode. So if you're looking for some good old-fashioned funny comedy stuff, go watch that video. It's very funny to see how much they actually mess up, because it's a lot, but it's really funny, so go check that out. Wednesday, March 31st, last day of March, we had Draven's Dead Dudes Reviews. I'm doing great already. Draven's Dead Dudes Reviews, and he was reacting to the song It Came From Outer Space by, I can't say that, he says it right, I don't want to mess it up and botch it, so he says the artist correctly, so go check out his video to see that review of that song, which is pretty cool. I enjoyed it. I enjoy all his reviews. Every song he's played is very entertaining and very good. He has a good taste. Thursday, April 1st, the first day of April, April Fools. Let me know if you did any good pranks on that day. I know I didn't because I was sleeping because I was tired. But let me know if you got anybody really good on April Fool's Day. But we had Throb Zombies Hard Delights with a spoiler-free review of Godzilla vs. King Kong, which was premiered Wednesday night on HBO Max, and it came out in theaters as well. I know everybody in Astro Monster Records, for the most part, has seen it. There's already been debates about it and talks about it amongst us. But if you want a spoiler-free review of the movie before you see it, go check out Throb Zombies' review of it on his Hard Delight show, which was on April 1st. Yesterday, Friday, April 2nd, we had Ricker Treat's review of Casket Culture's album Something Dark and Eerie. So that was pretty cool. He listed the songs that were on it, talked about them. He had some cool notes on the album. It was very entertaining. As always, I love Rick. We love Rick. And if you still haven't seen it, I interviewed Rick on the podcast a couple weeks ago, so go check that out. But for Monday's Ronan's Booze and Reviews, I will leave a link in the description. If you're watching this on YouTube, I will leave a link in the description to Rock and Roll Knife Fights website. So you can go check out some of that stuff. And always remember, if I'm saying any links or anything, it's usually in the original video that was released by people as well. But for this video, I will leave a link to Richie's shop, Rock and Roll Knife Fight, in the description. And I will also try to leave a link for the album that Ricker Treat reviewed, the Casket Culture album, because I believe he said it came out the same day he reviewed it or something like that. So I will try to leave a link for that as well. So real quick, let's just talk about what's going on next week. I don't have much details, but I got something, which is good. So we talk about Monday. We got Nicky Casket Cemetery Hysteria. Don't know what he's going to talk about, but that's always a good time. We got Tuesday with Steph Infection. We got Macabre merch. I always mess it up. Macabre merch with Steph Infection. Don't know who she's doing, but I'm sure as always she has a very entertaining show no matter what it is, so go check that out. Wednesday is Dicky Devil's Comic Crypt. That old bastard. Thursday we have Ghoulfather's What's in the Box. And Friday we have 7 Minutes in Hell with Anna Hell. That card is subject to change as always, but hopefully that's what happens. Hopefully that schedule is correct for this following week coming up. So that's the review of, not review, what am I talking about? The recap of that. We don't review stuff on the podcast, we recap stuff on the podcast, people, come on. That was the recap of the week of March 29th, the week that just passed us, and a little preview of what's coming next week. And speaking of Godzilla vs. King Kong, as you can kind of see, the collectible of the week is things based around that movie that just came out. So, let's get into that real quick. So, there's a couple different things here. So, I have two figures. One's NECA, one's not NECA. I don't even know what this is. So, I picked this up, I don't know, a year ago maybe? It was before COVID, I know that. And I got this from, I believe a flea market. No box, that's how it came. It was like $3, but it was awesome. And it's a, obviously, King Kong figure. It's got mechanical parts to do your little boom, boom, boom thing with it. I think that's pretty cool. And of course, on the opposite end, in the green corner, we have Godzilla, my Godzilla collectible, my NECA one. It's obviously out of the box. I like to take stuff out of the box. Deal with it. If you don't like it, boo-hoo. So I have this Godzilla version, which, just so you know, it took me about 2 hours just to get the tail on. Let me take his fire out of his mouth before I ruin it. But yes, this took me about 2 hours to get on because they say with warm water and everything. It didn't work for me the first couple times, so it is what it is. But I got some stuff on it, some dust on it, I guess. But this is the version of Godzilla I have, and this is the box for it. Let me move King Kong out of the way. And as most of you know, I am more of a King Kong person. You can all shoot me down and talk shit on me for it, but it is what it is. So this is the box it comes with from NECA. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. And it's obviously not in the box, but there you go. You can see the inside of it. Yeah, it's not in the box, but it's got some really cool box work, artwork, and stuff. So this is obviously based off, if you can't tell, this is based off the 1956 poster of the Godzilla movie from 1956. The Universal Monster era. Of course, that we know I love so much, if you can't tell. But yes, I love this figure. I saw it a while ago and picked it up, and the box is effing huge, but it's cool. For NECA, it's huge. I mean, if you compare it to something like that, it's huge. But it's a very good representation of it. I love the box artwork a lot. I think it has a cool vibe to it, and the figure alone is pretty great. And if you haven't watched the movie yet, like I said, go watch Throb Zombie's review of it. It's spoiler free, so you're not going to get anything ruined for you. I'm not going to ruin anything for you. I'm not going to tell you who wins or loses or anything like that. But I would definitely recommend, as I point fire at you, I would definitely recommend go watching the movie. It's very cool. If you're not already, go subscribe to HPUSA TV on YouTube. We really appreciate the support, and we need more people to subscribe. We got a lot of stuff coming, so every week there's more crap coming out, so you want to stay up to date with us. We have a lot of stuff that happens on the YouTube page, and we have shows and a bunch of stuff, so go subscribe on YouTube. If you're listening to this podcast right now, then go to YouTube and watch it. And you can, if you're watching this on YouTube, as you know, you can go and listen to this and stream this anywhere podcasts are available. I just wanted to throw out some quick information for you. Last note, but not least note, or however you say it, I believe, if I remember correctly, at the end of Rick's video, he was promoting his merch for the Pumpkin Patch, so if you want to get some Rick or Treat Pumpkin Patch merch, he's running low, so go get it while you can. And yes, the podcast. Hard Punks USA, the podcast. That's it. That's it for this week. I got some really cool stuff coming in next week for Collectible of the Week, so I'm very excited about that, if you cannot tell. I'm very excited about that goodness. I will see you next week. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to the recap of the episode that happened on HPUSA TV. Subscribe to HPUSA TV, and I will give you a penny. I will see you guys next week for the next Hard Punks USA podcast, recapping what's coming next week. I will see you all soon. Thank you for tuning in. Love you all. Stay spooky. Stay scary. Go watch King Kong vs. Godzilla.